Okay. Does anybody have any frame rate issues or anything look particularly off?
Apparently
No,
my
it seems
acre's
fine.
not working.
Excellent. Fantastic. Okay, that looks like it's working at least well enough anyway, so it doesn't completely screw us up. Okay. This is ambush training, and there's a good chance that every single one of you has tried to do some form of ambush in the past. And yeah, okay, got it, Jay. Now, the thing is, you've probably found that as part of your ambushes, you've all died. Okay, and that's pretty common for what happens when you execute an ambush. Does anybody know why you normally die when you're executing an ambush?
You're shooting friendlies.
Doesn't help.
Blowing up friendlies.
Yeah, also true. What else?
Well, ambushing wrong.
Yeah, you're ambushing wrong. So, why? What's wrong with the way you're ambushing?
Pissing off a force that's 10 times larger than you, not hitting them hard enough, and not getting out of there fast enough.
Missing
Exactly.
your shot.
And not having good enough positions as well.
Yeah. So now this is the thing about ambushes, is that normally you are using it specifically for the purpose to hit a superior force. Okay? You are not, in theory, meant to, win that engagement. An ambush is a force multiplier. Its job is to give you... Hold on, someone's hot micing pretty badly. The point of an ambush is a force multiplier where you use stealth, you use the fact that you get to fire first, you get to hit them first as your advantage, while they have superior forces. It allows you to get a few seconds of fire where they don't get to return a great
Grenade.
Wonderful. Okay, let's wait for everybody to warm up again.
Good ambush grenade.
Yeah, thank you, Amanzai.
I'm sorry, I turned off grenades completely now.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, my strategy for grenades was to set my grenade key to pressing G twice, which means when I occasionally hit it accidentally, I remember that it's not the inventory button.
Well, if you
Well,
switch grenades twice now, you
just
still
like-
throw them, I think.
just
Oh yeah, and I've had the problem before when you could type, and I typed a word with two I's in it, two G's in it, and it threw a grenade. But I think that bug's gone as well now. Just waiting on one more guy, are we?
I switched
I
to
don't know, two.
I switched
Yeah, that
the
bug
key
seems
to
to be
T.
gone.
But yeah.
Oh wait, no. I don't even have
Okay.
any grenades selected.
Okay. So you're using an ambush for the purposes of hitting a superior enemy force. And they don't know you're there. You have stealth on your side. It allows you to hit them. You can hit them for, a period of time, normally a relatively short period of time, before that superior force is capable of, bringing its guns to bear, and then it then has the superior firepower. Okay, you not normally doing an ambush circumstances where you have vastly superior forces. You could do it, but typically, the purpose of an ambush is not to utterly destroy your enemy. It is to, do more damage to them than they can do to you, and then get the hell out of there. So, the key to actually being able to do this relatively successfully is to plan your ambush really well. So that you know what your action is going to be, what it is that your target is inside of the convoy or group that you're ambushing, and then where it is you're going to get to actually survive. Point is always to get away. So, I'm going to stick a couple of markers down on the map. Oops, to go inside. So let's say that that we have a convoy going from Commando firing range, and it's going to go all the way down to Camp Tempest. Okay, and this particular convoy is carrying supplies, and we want to take out as many of those supplies as we can. Now, where are some possible places for us to potentially put down an ambush? If you could just stick a marker down on the map with your player name. Okay. Okay, dokie. Right. So, yeah, there's various there's various things that we are trying to weigh up when it comes to choosing the particular points to execute our ambush from. We're trying to find a point where we have an amount of stealth such that our enemy won't be able to see us. We're also trying to find a position that allows us to melt away after the initial engagement and survive, so that we can break contact from the enemy. We're also trying to find a position that's obviously within range of our weapons, so that we can actually engage and kill the enemy. And so these are the kind of the key sort of elements, sort of visibility, the stealth, and the ability to get away. Now, so if we look at, say, for example, the Thalok marked position on the right-hand side, do you want to explain, Thalok, why you think that's a good position to ambush?
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay, right.
No, because I was I didn't see the enemy.
So the thing about Thalok's position here is that if it's not so much there, but we did it from the other side in the trees, in theory at least, we've got stealth. They wouldn't be able to see us because we could hide inside the forest here. But it would be quite a close engagement because we're using the trees as the position. We probably can't get that very far away before we lose visibility of the road itself. And that would give us a relatively small zone in which to kill our enemies. In addition, our retreat is either uphill on the left or downhill on the right. In both cases, we're going to be exposing ourselves as we try and recover. Same thing's kind of true of Okko's position as well. We've got more trees here. There's a good chance we can blend off out into the trees to the top right, but we don't have much distance to go from. So,
why would you need distance?
Why would you need
if you
distance?
have high or low ground?
Well, the enemy's going to potentially pursue you. So if you don't have, it's not just about... Okay, so you hit them initially, you do a load of damage, they then prepare themselves. You can remove your mark just by clicking on it and then pressing the delete key.
Also, having a little bit of range helps for not being detected as quick.
You have 300 meters between you and the enemy. You're at the effective range of your weapons. And you have a 300 meter buffer between you and them. So you can hit them, do a load of damage. They then are out of their vehicles. They're then fighting you. They're then pushing towards you. And you have a 300 meter advantage. So you can then draw a 300 meter line and go, well, I can go this far and they can go this far in that time. So where can I get such that I can then potentially ambush them again? So things like, for instance, Shock here has chosen a position that's about 50 meters away from the road. So it's quite close, but it's good, decent stealth.
You don't shoot them when they reach the hill itself. You shoot them when they come from the northeast down the road.
Exactly.
And you have the forest to your west to get away.
There you go. You've also, for instance, could head down to the southwest as well.
And they have the high ground when they come and see you early.
Exactly. So
that's
it would have a relatively short kill zone, I suspect. I don't know. I'd have to see the terrain, but that's not a bad position. Dinglebergs, you could hit the group on that position, but in
Yeah,
preference,
that was
I
my
would...
intention with the marker. Sorry for interrupting you.
Okay, good. But I would probably prefer sitting on the hills to the south. But now there's an interesting... So this position 1 marker is an interesting point. If we chose a kill zone between around Dinkelberg, so we could probably go start marker, end marker, something like that, as a kill zone. As the vehicles come in, they're within range. But we do have one particular problem with position 1. There's nowhere to go. If we start heading south away from our enemy here, then we are going to be heading into the low ground. And there's absolutely nothing, the enemy is then going to come up onto that hill, and we're going to find ourselves probably not even much further than about there. And it's kind of quite a horrible position to be in. About the only cover we have coming out of that position is actually this building off to the right hand side. Even though you have the high ground and it looks like you could have a decent ambush off to the right, in practice the position is problematic for getting away safely. Okay. The thing was similar thing with Tom's. Okay, Jackal, where were you thinking you would put the guys there? Just in the woods?
Yeah, I was thinking the woods because I could escape north, and the kink in the bend because it would slow them down.
Yep.
That was me thinking.
Definitely, and bends do slow down the vehicles somewhat. But it's
I'm not really sure exactly where. I just think north to escape, and then that bend to slow them down. But I suppose with the whole 300-meter thing, you're going to be a bit close in the forest.
You are. It's quite difficult to retreat through the forest. I mean, Mano may be right, for example, that you could ambush them 50 meters through that forest. You're still only halfway up the hill.
Still use the bend line.
So Amanzo's position is decent for you've got the buildings there, you've got hard cover. You can see the road from there, probably well to the right hand side, although probably not to the front because it's raised up there. But so there's probably a kill zone appropriate to the right. That's kind of short. I suspect that the kill zone start there. Amanzo would be there, and the finish would probably only be there. I don't think you can see west of that. But what's interesting about this position is I don't know how to get away from it other than heading west. And
what I initially thought was having the kill zone when they have passed, so I was planning on escaping to that will be northeast, follow the tree line, like the scattered trees.
Oh, so you go behind them. Yep.
Yeah, that was kind of the initial thought, but I didn't think about not being able to see the crossroads. That was where I wanted to hit them.
Yeah, and I think you've got a forest and you've got higher... Well, it's not higher ground, but it's flat ground between you and that, so I'm not sure if you'll have visibility.
No, it's a ditch and the road is elevated, so it's a not so good position.
Okay.
Okay, good. So the hill to the north as well, another position that Amanzo selected there. You can melt away. You could probably fight around the hill, but again, I think you have a difficulty. You probably your best bet to get away there is the woods, but I'm not entirely sure how you get there safely. Actually, I kind of have a preference in this particular one to hit them relatively late, and to do so from here. And it's a lot further from the road than anybody else has selected. It's about the peak range, 300, maybe 350 meters. It's doable with our existing weapon systems. We can stop the convoy either with an explosive or with an NLAW. The road here is relatively narrow. We've got good visibility across to the road. And we also have a 300-meter distance. And that allows me to do things like I can move up to this position here as an ERP, and I could set up an ambush over the first position. I can then move back again for this second position here and do another ambush. I can then disappear off into the woods down to the south, head towards Camp Maxwell. So I get this feeling I can do 2 or 3 ambushes using this position, just by ducking behind the hill, heading across, and then taking another position. But I actually think there's a couple of these opportunities as well. There's ones off to the right, for example, that you could do as well. So, is that sort of roughly clear about what we're looking for from a position? Any questions on that? Okay, cool. So let's say that that we're choosing my position just east of Camp Tempest. So before I've selected a position, and I now need to go about preparing this actual position, so everybody inside of my group is clear about how it is we're going to execute this ambush. So, as you've seen already, we're marking a kill zone start and a kill zone end. And the idea behind this is to make sure that we're clear about exactly where it is that we're going to be shooting the enemies, when we're going to start doing so, when we're potentially going to finish doing so, when we're going to lose visibility, and just so that we know exactly where it is that we're meant to be shooting. The second thing I'm always going to set before we execute the ambush is some form of rally point, ERP. And this allows us to choose how it is that we're going to retreat. In addition, I'm basically going to set a waypoint first directly to the south. And the idea here being to engage them from the top of this hill, move south, disengage, lose visibility from them, and then use the hill as our cover to retreat back to the first position. Once all of our troops are there, we can then make further decisions to move back to other positions. These are kind of the minimal elements necessary to do this correctly. Now, once we actually get there, and we're actually at our ambush position, we'll obviously have to find positions such that we can, see that kill zone, the start and end zone, that we're able to shoot at it, that that we've got appropriate ranges set, etc. But in addition to that, we're then, once we're all sort of set, we're all then going to go into hiding mode, except for like 1 or 2 guys, which will be set by the lead. And what he will do is he will have just this single spotter who will find a position to hide, who can see the convoy coming in, who could tell us when it is the enemy have entered into that kill zone. And at that point, once the vehicles are actually in it, we'll then get that call from the spotter that we're ready to go. We can pop up and we can start doing damage. Now, the second responsibility of the spotter is to tell us what it is that's actually in the convoy and the order in which it's coming in. And we need this as much as anything else so that we can actually hit the targets that we're trying to get. If our purpose is to take out the supply trucks, for example, inside of the convoy, then we need to know which vehicle that is, where down in the convoy it is, so that when the in-lord jumps up for the purposes of firing, he can find the right vehicle quickly and take it out. We also need to know the heavy weapons vehicles. Ideally, you just want to know, it is a HMG, GMG, Ifrit, truck, Ifrit, HMG. We know what the order is, and we can then select the appropriate vehicles and take it out relatively effectively. Okay. Any questions? Anything else to add, Banshee?
Hasty ambushes later on, but not now.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Right.
Okay, leads report in. Tell me if all your men have come.
Alpha 1, 3 out of 3 men up.
Alpha 2, 3 out of 4 men up. Scratch that, 4 out of 4. Okay, copy that. Alpha 1, take a position just left of lead. Alpha 2, right. Again, find a position where you're hidden. but relatively quickly you can get to the point where you can see the roads. So our attack plan, and Banshee, are you in range?
Spread out, grab a tree or a bush, I don't care, make sure you can be hidden.
Okay, so the plan is we're going to hit the front and rearmost vehicle with in-laws unless there's other priority targets. So once we get the details of the convoy, we may change that plan. We'll then get a call for engage as soon as all vehicles are inside the kill zone. We'll then engage, and the moment that we break engage, the moment the call for break engagement comes, move as quick as you can, waypoint 1, and then straight to ERP.
Lead, this is 1, come in.
Go ahead, 1.
Be advised, 1 does not have an in-law.
Copy that, 1. In which case, 2, your in-law is for lead vehicle. 2 copies.
Alright guys, make sure you stay hidden and wait for the call.
What the hell?
Lead, there's a crate rolling down the hill right in front of me right now. Okay, I guess that was an attempt to give us an in-law.
There's an in-law in the crate.
That's right, one in-law is fine, that's what we've got.
1 copy's holding. Right, make sure you're in cover, make sure you can't see the road and the road can't see you. And wait for the call from the spotter. Sim, are you still here?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, are you still in the game?
No, I'm losing connections, but I'm coming back as soon as I can.
Okay.
Sadly, you guys probably gonna be done before I come back.
I guess so.
Fuck.
Lead, this is 1, come in.
Go ahead, 1.
Be advised, we have another man down, losing connection, 2 out of 3.
Copy that 1. We might not have started with a numbers disadvantage, but we're rapidly getting one.
That's the point, right?
Alpha, Sierra, message over. Alpha, Sierra, message over.
Sierra, this is Alpha, send it.
Advised, convoy incoming, approaching, kill zone start, 4 vehicles. First one time, Ifrit, HMG, second vehicle, ATV, third vehicle, off-road, fourth vehicle, Ifrit unarmed.
2 AT, lead vehicle, HMG, primary target. 2 copies.
First target entering kill zone start in 10 seconds.
Wait for it.
Go, go, go. AT is not getting a lock.
Reloading. Let's go.
Fall back to your feet.
Shots incoming.
When we get to ERP, we're going to set up another ambush, specifically looking towards our previous position.
1 copies.
2 copies.
Lead, this is 1.
Yeah, this is lead, send it 1.
Lead, be advised, 1 is 3 men up.
Okay, 1, set up someone near the top of the hill, stay away from visibility to the road. 2, set up a position on the side of this hill to the south of them.
1 copies.
2 copies.
Find a good spot, guys.
Sierra, find yourself a position where you can see our previous position. Everyone else, find a position where you can see it, and then find somewhere to hide from that hill.
There's an op-4 guy here.
Yeah, it's me. Don't shoot me. That's right.
Yeah, right. I think the vehicles despawned, by the way.
Yeah, copy that.
You asked the op-4 nicely, I guess they will.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know.
This is a terrible position, it seems.
Well, go from your vehicles. Move up. You should be about halfway up the hill by now.
Just teleport to the BC location or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Alright guys, everyone back to the vehicles.
It's great that we can hear their comms.
Exactly.
City of 4 man, you shouldn't be here.
Hold on.
Yeah, I thought all were killed. Can't find them.
They are, all your buddies are down by the vehicles, or where the vehicles were.
Ah, I haven't seen them.
Right one, make sure you're out of sight.
Well, you can try hitting them over the head.
I'll kill you, Jay. That lead vehicle did not go down well.
Nope.
I couldn't get a log at all.
We made it to the end.
Which
Yeah,
you didn't
exactly.
die? Wow.
No, I pumped two magazines into the front engine block, but it didn't stop.
Well, it's an effort, what do you expect?
Well, they take about 20 bullets into the engine block before they stop.
They do? I thought they were tanks at that point.
No, they've fixed that now. You can actually stop them by shooting them in the engine.
Everybody get cover. Check out Banshee. Hey Banshee. Can you switch to another radio channel, otherwise I'll go forward here. Copy that, moving to 5.
Alright, everyone to 5.
Everyone to 5?
Yeah, in PvP circumstances,
Alpha,
it's
Sierra Messenger.
This is Alpha Lead, Sierra, send it.
Channel 4.
Sierra, this is Alpha Lead, send it.
okay.
The wonders of radio communication. Why are they in cover?
Alpha, Sierra, message, over.
Sierra, this is Alpha, send it.
That's not how you assault.
Where is Sierra? Doesn't have a marker. I guess you can't transmit from here.
Do I have a radio man? No, I do not.
You really need to rebind your acre key.
Oh, I know.
This is the train that requires the most editing, I think, to put up on YouTube.
Probably not a good idea.
So many cuts have to be made.
I just have to pay attention to the shift key stuff. Do inverse shift keying.
That rolling is really tiring, it seems.
It is. 3 or 4 rolls will put you out of breath. What? Shots fired? Wait,
I think they're suppressing our previous position.
yeah,
Yeah, like it.
Are they genuinely using tactics now, or are they just shooting at our position?
They're attacking, they're just shooting at it.
They might be bounding.
Well, yeah,
Not sure if
exactly. It's a long way to bound, but
It is quite long now, let me have a look.
Think he's
And
gonna
we're
make
just
it
gonna
back?
storm the place.
Bright Candle has been killed.
Waiting for it.
Sucker next in line. Well, I can hear the crackling of the bullets, so they have to be somewhat close.
All I can see it. Look over the hill, you can see them fly up.
You shouldn't be able to see the hill. Get down. That's the point of an ambush.
I can hear them mostly from
Sarah, this is Alpha. Message over.
I've got no visibility, so go hide. I have to hope they got the message, is what I want them to do. I can always go to their radio channel, actually. Op 4, this is Bright, do you read me over? Yep, are you moving to our previous position, over?
Enemy infantry going up the hill.
Okay, fantastic, cheers.
Yep, eyes on.
You shouldn't be having eyes on.
No.
They're out of sight now.
That's the point, guys.
There'd only be one guy with eyes on. That's the spotter. Everybody else should be hidden. The more of us that they can see, the more likely it is that they will determine that our ambush is here.
Someone pushed down my grass, god damn it.
Especially because they won't see that grass.
Exactly.
Exactly. I'll sink to the ground. Shots fired straight at us. Oh god. I think they saw us. Right?
I died.
Guys, I think we're supposed to return fire now.
Open up!
Shoot, for fuck's sake.